Yo, what is going on, man? I hope that y'all missed us a little bit. We had a
Well,
little,
just a little bit.
yeah, we had a little bit of a bye week, but it's good to get back into the flow of things, man. I got my man Josh behind me, Big JA, my
And,
man is
and,
right, my man right in
and,
front of High Mark.
and Josh, we trust. I'm out here in the stadium right now, B. Don't worry
Yeah,
about it being sunlight out. I'm out here
already tailgating, right?
early, man. I'm not even going to the game this week, Brody.
It'd be like that though. It's a late
Yeah,
game.
man. That's the thing, man. I had to take the week off, man. It's tough with the late games with the baby.
Right.
Because, like, yo, with the late game, I'm signing up for all day gone. Like, yeah, nah, I got to
Yeah,
pick
that's
my
a tough one.
battles.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You got to choose. You got to pick and choose. So I respect it.
So that's gonna
Um,
be it. I'm
yeah,
I'm 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 kind of sad though. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah. I mean,
Looking forward to that night joint.
I know. And the only positive I can give you is that likely we'll have a playoff primetime game, so you can look forward to that. It'll be a little colder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll be all right.
You're not gonna get this 55, 60 that we supposed to get on
Yeah,
Sunday,
shit
but
ain't nothing gonna match that cold game from the playoffs.
from
So
last year, yeah, that
yeah,
0 to 2,
anything
whatever it
after
was,
that joint was crazy cold.
that was wicked. I still don't know, well, I know because excitement and just being amongst other crazy fans, but yeah, I still don't know how we all survived because I think most of
Yeah,
us was out there for at least 6, 7, 8 hours.
that's pure adrenaline. That's nothing
Pure
else.
adrenaline. Even though my toes felt that for at least about a month and a half. I
Yeah.
remember trying to play it off, but that was
Well, we
rough.
like, yeah, it was
Yeah,
worth it though.
it was definitely worth it. A blowout. And yeah, all good things, you know, came from that game. But anyways, bye week happened. We're about 7 weeks deep into the season. Bills 5-1. We still have an undefeated team around the league. Those who've been following us week to week know we didn't get a chance to touch on the Chiefs game from last week because we had ourselves a bye as well. So I'll ask you first, Z man, did you have any quick reactions to that game? We had our own predictions, but anything that surprised you, or did it kind of go as you kind of thought it would?
It went how I thought it was. I thought it'd be a little bit higher scoring, but at the end of the day, I knew it would come down to a late touchdown one way or the other. I think
Right,
my initial prediction was 34-27, which is
right,
a one touchdown game, and that's pretty close to what it came down to. Either way, one score game.
right.
Uh, thing is, man, it's crazy when you actually see elite quarterback play on both sides because you don't get it often. It's like a treat to see now, and them boys can ball. Mahomes, Allen,
It's top
it's
two.
something to see, man. Like the way they both can just it's like fucking Houdini.
Right.
Like some of the situations they can get themselves out of and not just get out of, but then make a 25-yard, 40-yard, whatever out of it.
Matter.
It's just something to see. Just as a football fan in general, not even as a Bills fan, but just as a football fan to watch these two teams go toe to toe.
Right.
It was a entertaining game. Nerve wracking
Right. For sure.
as all hell.
And we've been there before, right? We've had to sit at the edge of our seats for those games. So I feel like I'm so tested now when it comes to stressful games that I kind of take the approach is that as long as it's not a playoff game, I just try not to get too outrageous with my nerves because I'm just like, I remember it's still a regular season game. Remember,
Right.
we're playing hard, we're playing
Yeah.
tough.
And they're
So
still the next week, regardless.
right, right. And that's how I try to keep it in perspective. But of course, in the moment, it's like, oh my, whatever. Like,
Yeah, that first half had me stressed.
yeah, a lot of missed opportunities. We got a chance to see them, and it's only happened really a couple times. Make some minor mistakes, dropping the ball, a couple miscues on exchanges. I mean, we know McKenzie had an off day. Um, but on the positive, the run game looked well, right? You know what I mean? Singletary did his thing. He opened things up with his 17, 18 carries, getting
Mm-hmm.
for 80 yards. Josh, of course, on the design runs. I thought they were well timed. And to be honest with you, man, kind of like you said, it kind of ended up being how we kind of thought, a one score game. But I want to say shout out to Dorsey. Quick shout out to him because the one thing I'm noticing, and we'll continue to see how it evolves, is just being able to make adjustments, right? They send the blitz, and I think he started off 0 for 7 or 0 for 8 against the blitz. Then they start sending the blitz beaters, which is, all right, guys, we're just gonna go routes on the outside, and Josh, I just need you to hit those. And we know what happened in that second quarter. Once they were able to hit one, and then
that was a start.
Yeah, all you got to do is hit one, and it's just like seeing a 3-point shot go in, and you're a great 3-point shooter. It's like, all right,
they backed off real quick.
Yeah, it's like, oh, one went in. The next one was the digs. All right, cool, we in it. So, yeah, it was everything. Now, going back to the game, did anything worry you about that game that made you say, damn, maybe going into the bye, we need to focus on this, or maybe we need to grab that? So was there anything that made you?
I think worry is too strong of a word for me in this case, but I think the red zone offense in general needs to tighten up, because we've, not even just this week, but all season, we've left a lot of points on the board once we hit that red zone. A lot of miscues, missed opportunities, fumbles, not too much interceptions down the red zone. I think it might have been one, but just missed opportunities in general. Again, we were able to get away with it this game, but there's no guarantee that if this game was played again and we make those same type of miscues, that it's going to end up in a W.
Right, and I'm sure Kansas City going the same way, right?
I mean, again, they had the interception down in the red zone. They came away with field goals a couple times. I think they had a missed field goal in there.
They had the 160 joint, the 60-yarder at the half, 62-yarder right before halftime.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, so I think both teams could probably, looking back, like, damn, we could have did this, damn, we could have did that. I think that's the beauty of their matchup, is that there are two very, very good teams who can still beat you even when they don't have a perfect game. Like Bills didn't play.
And what's crazy? If I honestly feel if either one of those teams played the exact same game against any other team, it would have been a win. Like if Kansas City played that way against anybody else, they still would have won.
Right, by double digits, likely too, because that's just where the quarterback play is at, but also the talent around. Like if you look on defense, both teams have some playmakers on defense. Now we got more playmakers than them. It just is what it is. Most of their playmakers.
They got some guys back there.
Right, they got some guys. I like Bolton at the linebacker spot. Of course, Jones on the front line. And obviously Frank Clark, Carlos Dunlap, which I almost forgot that they even had Dunlap. But they got guys. It's just that happened to be a day where them injuries on the Chiefs side kind of hurt them, because it was like, all right, we putting two rookie corners out here, and you only might see one of the best duos in the league outside of Cincinnati. Like, I'm sorry, you got to guard Gabe Davis and you got to guard Stephon Diggs. Good luck. So I think that was good to see us take advantage of that, because
absolutely, you
can have those type of competitive advantages, but it takes a really good offense to say we're going to exploit that. And I'm glad they did. Like I said, shout out to Dorsey again, shout out to Josh and Steph and even the whole group of just saying, okay, we know we got these mismatches, let's take advantage, let's stop shooting ourselves in the foot.
Right, that's the thing, they stopping themselves. Like, y'all leaving mad points on the board right now. That's why I see them tightened up, because if y'all tighten that up, it's a wrap.
It's a rizzle. It's a big wrap. But anyway, I think we both can say that we've officially moved on, right, from that game.
Yeah. Before we move on, I just want to say one quick. I do want to give a shout out, just like you did, but it's on the other side. I want to give a shout out to Leslie Frazier and the adjustments they made. One, not being afraid to blitz, because Mahomes is probably the worst quarterback in the league to blitz, because he beats it so regularly. But it's a little different without Tyreek.
Right.
So them having the willingness to do it, but the adjustment they made in that second half and having Milano spy Mahomes, that made such a huge difference. Not giving him that ability to extend plays, roll out to his right, and make that Mahomes magic. Because again, you had 58 on your ass. And
58 different, man. He playing. He really is all over the field. I know we can say Pro Bowl, but he's almost playing at an All Pro level.
Oh, 100%. I 100% think he's at an all pro level right now, the way he's
I mean,
playing.
and it brings me back to a couple years ago when he was doing the same stuff, and it was before he had got hurt. Because I think last year he kind of played like, normal Milano, just regular, take care of business. But like this year is like the one-on-one plays is popping out.
Bro, he made a couple plays in the open space. If you'd have missed that tackle, it would have been a wrap. Somebody would have been running 50 yards. Yeah, like he made some clutch tackles, and that the rush at the end with Von Miller splitting the double team, and then Milano coming in on his spy rush, and that pressure to cause that interception. Like,
we got a tough front seven, man, and that's one of the keys that we'll get into, moving into this next game. But like that front seven, when they even 90% healthy, they still ain't 100%. Yeah,
Von Miller showed exactly why he here.
Man, but we talked about that, man. And I don't know why people didn't believe this could happen, but I remember saying way back in the summer and spring to anybody who would listen, I was saying, y'all know Von is going to have double-digit sacks. I said, the amount of primetime games we got, you might as well pencil in 1 sack, at least minimum on those games, because if anything, he's going to show up for the primetime games. So I'm like, if you put in 1, 1.5, 2, for those games, which is like 5 or 6, then you got 9 or 10 other games. Maybe give him 5 or 6 for those. So I'm like, I hope y'all ready for him to at least give y'all 10. And right now, you looking at what he's doing, and it's just like 6 games in, 6 sacks. Primetime games, the big games, he's making big plays. The other players, like you mentioned, is feeding off of it. You got Milano behind him, Edmonds. You got the guys next to him feeding off it. Jordan Phillips, I thought he had a good game against Kansas City.
Daquan Jones playing at a Pro Bowl level all year.
Right. Daquan Jones, he's really been like the best kept secret on the D-line. So he's playing well. I'm still waiting for Tim Settle to like really just flash.
Again, the defense has been doing this without Tim Settle majority of the time, and without Ed Oliver majority of the time,
or a healthy Ed Oliver, right? Like
neither one of them been healthy, and Phillips too.
Right. But Phillips, I will give him credit. This last game, like Pittsburgh, I really feel like he was out there with one leg. But this last game, even though he couldn't get at speed, he was still beating his man and at least getting his hands up in Mahomes' face to make him, run off a little bit. So I feel like Phillips is getting there. Ed Oliver. Tell you right now, once Ed Oliver get even 95%,
once he get healthy, it's gonna be a wrap.
This D line is gonna be damn near unblockable. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to in the second half of the season. But first 6 games, we talked a little bit about Kansas City. We, shout out to Frazier. I think both the coordinators have done a great job, right? You know what I mean? We can't really complain about Dorsey or Frazier, and even McDermott. Like McDermott, I think early his tenure with the Bills, people called him a conservative coach. I got to give it to him. He not with the being scared. Like 4th and 2, 4th and 1, McDermott, like, yo, go ahead. Go ahead.
He said, once I cross the 50, I'm going.
And I respect that because I've watched other teams play. Mike Tomlin. Don't get me started with the Tomlin packet.
Mike Tomlin.
Right, Mike Tomlin.
Mike.
Man, listen, I've watched Tomlin play so scared, and I'm just like, don't get me wrong. I know they don't have a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes, but it's like, even if you got a young quarterback, you need to put some type of faith in your quarterback and some type of faith in your team that they can execute in those situations,
right?
Even just to build the confidence around the guys. And we saw for years with Marrone, Dick Duran. We had a bunch of coaches that were just
super conservative
as hell. 4th down wasn't even a thought. Like I remember years ago, we wouldn't even be talking about going for it on 4th down.
No matter what.
And I know the league has changed altogether, but like, if you bring up any of those coaches who I just brought up, that wasn't even a thought. 4th and 2 or 4th and 3 at the 50, at the 40, even at the 5. Nah, we getting field goal. But we living in a totally different time, so it is what it is. So technically we're getting to that midway point in the season. We really got another week and a half, but um now that we've reached a few days after the bye, what is one thing you feel like has really, 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 really surprised you in the first few games? Now we know we can't be surprised too much because we already knew that they would be really good, but what's one thing that's really caught your eyes in that first 6 games?
It, I honestly
Nothing.
sort of kind of, because again, I expected them to be very, very good.
Right,
You know,
right,
I
right, 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 right,
expected them to be dominant in most weeks,
right,
but even when they're not at their top game, I expected them to still be top tier. It's
right.
just based on the amount of talent. But I didn't expect the secondary to be able to hold up the way that it has without Trey,
That's a good one,
without
y'all.
Micah, and with Jordan Poyer missing either 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, he missed 2. Yep.
Yeah, I just, because if you would have told me that there'd been a time where we're starting 2 rookie cornerbacks,
Right,
2 safeties that aren't Poyer and Hyde,
right.
and we're still surviving, I'd have like, yeah, no, bullshit.
Still 5-1, especially
Right.
looking at the first 6 games, because we all thought, okay, 4-2 at best, maybe. If you're really, really clicking 5-1. But I don't even think nobody had us going like undefeated, nothing like that. Like we was trying to be honest with ourselves. Like it would have been great.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shit, we really one play away in Miami from being 6-0. But I think before this season, looking at the stretch, we were all like, you know what? 4-2,
We
5-2.
got it there with 4-2. I'm good.
Right,
4
right.
and 2,
Because I
good.
mean, if you look at it, dog, 4 road games to start the year
Mhm.
out of 6. Your first 6 games, you got 4 on the road. So like, and we talking about Baltimore, Miami, Kansas City, and the Rams.
LA, yeah,
Dog, that's a stretch. I
yeah, the
don't care.
caliber of teams you played on those road
Right,
games.
right. And you still had 2 AFC opponents at home in Pittsburgh and Tennessee, who for the longest they played you pretty tough. So
Mhm.
looking at all of that, like I gotta say, I'm most surprised with just how the team as a whole just handled it, especially with the injuries. Like that's probably the biggest thing for me. My biggest takeaway, I'll say, from the first 6 games is how they battled through with injuries, like you said, the secondary, how they battled through, even with Davis' injury a little bit in the beginning, having to throw Hodgins out there for some time periods and Shakir getting some
Mhm.
early reps. We saw what Crowder did before he got hurt, and then he goes down. Kumro goes down. So like,
Yeah, they definitely weathered the storm of injuries early,
man,
because over the last few years we haven't really had to deal with
right,
this level of injuries. But
right,
again, your back end. I mean, linebackers been cool, but Ed Oliver, Tim Settle, Jordan Phillips, they all missed time.
right,
Across the line, Mitch Morse missed a game or 2.
right.
Guards, that Miami game was dropping like flies. Like
Yeah,
Dawson Knox missed a couple games. Like
yeah,
it's been injuries all over the place.
yeah,
But
man.
they held serve and they still 5-1. Like this
Five and
team
one,
is
bro.
they're tested. Their depth is there. The backups come in, they don't miss a beat.
Right, and that's all the credit to who else? None other than the guy Big B. He done showed
BBB,
himself
baby.
of being, sort of like a football genius with stacking the roster the right way, and that's all I can really give credit to because we preached it all summer. We said about
Mhm.
depth. We said, yo, this team has the ultimate depth. We said this team might be the toughest 53-man roster to crack when it came down to cut downs. Like, who do you cut? Like,
Right.
we saw how many people claimed our players. It was like 5 teams or whatever. So like, um, it's just great to see those players get those reps because we know down the line those reps gonna be important, right? The Benford, Elam,
Mhm.
Jackson, your man Damar Hamlin, Jaquan Johnson, Tyrell Dotson even had to start a game. Benford, I mean,
Oh yeah, I forgot Edmonds missed the game. Yep.
right,
Sure did.
Edmonds missed the Pittsburgh game. So,
Mhm.
and that was the game we held them to 3 points.
Right.
So like I love that these young guys are getting valuable reps. I love the fact that now moving forward, as Vaughn would say, it's that don't blink mentality. It's
Don't blink.
this nigga went down. I bet next man up. Oh shit, you went down. I bet this man up, and that's just how we moving. So that's dope to see for me. I did want to say before we move on too, because I got to think of everything that's hitting my head and just spit it out to y'all because we
Right,
ain't connect with y'all in 2 weeks. But around the league though,
right.
what was your most surprising team or player or situation in the first 7 weeks?
I feel like there's a lot. It's hard to narrow
You can
down to
name a
one.
couple. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
name a couple because I
we're
know
gonna name a couple.
it's definitely a handful of
Yeah,
surprising things going
I'll
on.
group these two together. I don't know what's in the city water right now, but Giants 6-1, Jets 4-2, I think.
No, Jets 5-2.
Jets 5-2.
Yeah, I think.
Jets 5. Yeah, they
I'm
got the
not
same amount of wins as us. Yeah, 5-2.
okay.
Giants 6-1. Not a soul saw this coming. Again, I mean, both teams. I mean, they haven't played the most difficult of schedules, but at the end of the day, it really don't matter because you beat who you played.
You gotta be who you play.
Yeah. So, I mean, for them to be, only have 3 losses collectively is shocking to say the least. Because one, Giants for sure don't have a good team, but
I would
they're very well coached,
right.
and they scrappy. They find a way to win.
Right.
Every game's been close, but in the fourth quarter, they making that money drive and walking away with the win.
And a lot of that is that's coaching, decision making.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Again, they
putting those
remind me of
players
that 2017 Bills team, like
Right.
first year of McDermott being here. Like they're not
Or-
supposed to win, but they win it.
right. Or you can even go back to 2019 where you had year 3 Josh, right? And I think they went 2009 is the 2019 the year that I think they went 10-6. I want to say you can quote me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah, that sounds right.
I look at that 2019 team a little bit more with when you had John Brown, Cole Beasley, and you had Josh, and we all like, okay, Josh, you got a couple more weapons.
Yeah,
and
see, that's the only reason I don't say that is Giants don't have that.
but I low key feel like, okay, so when I look at their roster, and I know for one, Galladay has underperformed, but I like Slayton. I like they got that other young wide receiver, but I don't know if they really put him in action too much. But definitely with Barkley. Yeah, but Barkley is a top 5 back when healthy.
Oh, yeah. That's
so let's say you got a top 5 running back, right? And you got, let's say 1 or 2 outside options who are decent. And you got Danny Dimes, who, if coached the right way, can at least be productive, right? We'll just say that. He can be productive if coached the right way. He's not a bum. He's just where he's at, 12 to 15, wherever you want to put him. But like you mentioned, they're scrappy. And I feel like defensively, though, is where they kind of get teams because they got that kind of front 7 where they kind of attack. They kind of stay on the ball. They make plays. And even though, once again, kind of like that Bills team from a few years ago, you may not be able to read off their names off the top of the head. But when you watch them, you like, the motherfuckers do wrap up. Or
them boys, all right.
They get their hands on their balls. And I feel like in a few years, we'll start to know more names and things like that. But I think it's a combination, though. I say that to say, I think it's a combination of 2017, 2019 Bills, where it's like, okay, that's a 9-10 win team. They got a couple players on there that's top 5 at their position, but they really got to play that perfect, well-coached game,
right?
To
the margin of error is
small. The margin of error is small,
small.
Right? They won Danny Dimes' fumble in the fourth quarter away from being 4-3 or whatever you want to call it, and that's why it's kind of tough because they're in that division with Dallas, who we know is known to,
known to be Dallas.
Right. And they in that joint with Philly, who I feel like Philly is probably the strongest out the bunch, just top to bottom. Like,
Philly, they team was stacked.
Right. They got the players. I mean, let's just say, let's just call it what it is.
All up and down that team.
Right. So, we'll watch out for that. But I do agree with that with the Jets and Giants. But I know you probably had a couple other things.
Yeah, I can loop this one together too. The 2 old head quarterbacks, man, these boys they look like they don't want to be here.
Listen, both of them.
They look like, yo, man, I don't even want to do this. They look unenthused. Brady cussing out linemen on the sideline.
Aaron Rodgers throwing people under the bus.
Right, early. I'm like,
I'm
damn,
like, damn,
A-Rod.
Rodgers, they ain't like you. Like, at least Aaron Rodgers be on some. Everybody just relax. We gonna
Oh,
figure
not
it
right
out.
now.
My man said, "Yo, forget all of the positive speeches. Like, nah, niggas is fucking up." That's
Mhm.
basically what he said. Like, yeah, nah, they messing up and they shouldn't be on the field. I was like, oh, I had to read that quote again because sometimes they be putting out the fake quotes. So I
Right.
went back to it. I'm like, okay, this.
No, that's what he said.
Oh, okay. He shut down to Pat McAfee. Okay, all right. I'm like, that's what we doing now. And unfortunately, Josh had an untimely comment on Aaron today because he was asked about Aaron Rodgers and playing him, but he was like, yeah, great guy, great person to be around. And I'm like, damn, any other day would have been great, but today, man, he not looking like that great of a person. Cause I'm like, any leader that I would want to look up to, don't talk to their teammates that way. Or don't talk.
Josh gonna get that PC answer.
Oh no, I know, but in public, I'm just not looking up to a leader who gonna throw their team under the bus. So I'm kind of disappointed in Rodgers. Like I always knew he had his own way of doing things, but to see how he trying to go out right now, and mind you, we knew going into the season that the man was gonna be weaponless. Like you depended on Sammy Watkins, Mr.
And,
4 games a
and
year,
some rookies.
some rookies, and then you got two good backs. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah, they running back stacked.
it's only
You
so
got
much.
Randall Cobb, who might be older than me.
He might be 42. So you got Cobb in there. You got two good backs, but in 2022, two good running backs and no receivers
They ain't gonna win you nothing.
ain't gonna win you no games. You know what I'm saying? So like,
and Brady, his line is well. First of all, I mean, I do acknowledge they do have some big injuries on their O line. So
they do. But Mike
their
Evans,
O line is playing. If you don't got a good line, it's a wrap for him.
it is.
He missing open receivers. He getting smacked. I never seen Brady get hit this much.
But I will say Mike Evans did drop that one big joint on Sunday.
Yeah, that joint was.
I was like, Mike, that ain't even like you.
I don't think I've ever seen him drop a pass like that.
That's why I'm like, I feel like the whole team, and it goes back to, once again, the quarterback really sets the tone for the whole team. Because if the quarterback is out of sync, and if the quarterback ain't all the way there mentally, sometimes that has effect around the whole ball club.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I feel like that's what's going on with Tampa though, because like Mike Evans dropping wide open balls, the team just don't seem to be
just off. The defense not really
right. The defense is a top. It's supposed to be a top 3 unit.
Again, one of the most talented defenses around.
You let PJ Walker walk up in there,
bro. They scored 3 points against the Panthers.
Yeah, nah.
Nan touchdown.
Nah, Nan, and that's technically a division rival. Like that's a division opponent that you want to like. All right, boom, let's get this win, and we'll just take it 1 week at a time.
Right.
Y'all went in there and laid an egg.
This is after they traded Robbie Anderson, after they traded McCaffrey. Like you see them cleaning house. Right. The boys just showed up like, yeah, we got y'all though.
But you want to know what? That shows the character of the team right there, because that's like, okay, cool. You had some leaders on your team that decided they was gonna take that Sunday off. Oh shit, they doing that? All right, bet. We chilling today. We in what's the name? We in cruise control.
Yeah. But we had Robert Kraft's wedding and all that.
Right. He was partying and shit. You know what I mean? Tom's still crying. It don't help that Antonio Brown not helping. You know what I mean? He's still out there selling. He's out there selling T-shirts.
Hey man, if I was Tom Brady, I'm gonna have to shoot homeboy.
Gotta go. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this: Tom know too many people. That's all I'm gonna say.
Somebody gonna have to catch these hands.
Somebody getting hands and feet. I don't. Hey, put my wife
like little Kim people running up on Charlemagne.
Listen, bro.
Let me catch a drop.
How they did Charlemagne, right?
Let me catch a drop.
Listen, you put my wife, ex-wife, whatever you want to call her, on a T-shirt, and you still trolling. Say less. I ain't even saying no words. It's really just say less. Because now when you in public and you got your stuff on, you get snuffed. I don't want to hear nothing. Like, oh, I don't know what happened. Like, what happened to Antonio Brown? When you get hit with a random taxi cab, you walk across. It is coming from all angles too. It is supposed to rush hour type shit. Like, don't play with my family. That's one thing. Like, I always said that about entertainment type situations, like rappers, all that. There's certain lines you just don't cross. Like family is one of them. Like don't touch, don't speak on the family, none of that, because you don't even got to be street. That's just a no-no. Like don't do that. Don't do that.
Right.
But again, AB gonna be AB. AB going. I'm out the league. I can say and do whatever I want. Okay.
Yeah, until you get ran up on, but that's between you and God.
Listen, because I ain't gonna say nothing. The moment TMZ, because TMZ gonna be on it first. The moment TMZ say something like, I'm like, oh shit, word. Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying.
Yeah, let me see where TB12 alibi at.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep scrolling like, oh, where he got what? Oh, damn.
Bro, when I saw them t-shirts, are you really selling these t-shirts, AB? Like with my man wife on it? Like, yo, that's disrespect. That's a whole nother level.
Nigga, all right. I said what I had to say. Like I said, man, it's certain things you can joke about, but won't do family.
Yeah, that's some no words types.
Yeah.
All right. I'm
That's
see you.
Right. I'm not saying that. It's like,
I'm
I ain't gonna get myself in no trouble. So I'm gonna just hush up and we'll see what happens in the news in the next 48 hours. I don't know.
Yeah, but that was the biggest surprise I got. I mean, the last one I think I want to say. Yeah, it just happened the other night, man. I knew New England was going down. I mean, I knew their reign was over, but they going down bad. Like they created a whole QB controversy that didn't even need to happen in the midst of a loss to the Bears. So you embarrassingly get lost. And now you have to answer these questions each and every day.
Every day.
Like you bench your former first round pick for a fourth round Zappy, who came in, had two wide open throws, which I guess are nice throws. But again, any college quarterback should be able to hit them throws.
Right.
And subsequently play like ass the rest of the game. And like, and I'm sitting there like, these fans ain't worth a damn. Y'all already
it either. Yeah.
I said they already cheering your boy Zappy on. Like y'all was just talking about Mac Jones, like he was the second coming of Tom Brady after
look at
1.5 bad games. That's it.
Hey, look at his numbers compared to Josh rookie numbers and all of that.
Way better. He
a better quarterback. Happy hour.
Yeah, now y'all just forgetting about my man. They kept showing Mac Jones on the sideline. I'm like, my man about to cry.
Right. I'm like, I ain't even a Pats fan, and I was feeling bad. I'm like, damn, like my nigga over there.
He got a shorter leash right there. He got the EJ Manuel treatment.
Bruh, big EJ Manuel treatment. Because EJ have 14 games, I think, maybe a little more than 14 games. But
yeah, I'm like, damn, dog. We had he didn't play great in the beginning of the season or nothing, but he wasn't terrible.
Your man represented y'all in the Pro Bowl as an alternate, but he was in the fucking Pro Bowl.
And they just the crowd was literally chanting for Zappy.
But you want to know where they went wrong too, though? And this is all why management and stuff like that matters. By drafting a quarterback in the 4th round to begin with. If you just got a quarterback last year in the 1st round, think about if Josh. Now I know they went and got dude from Georgia, Jake Fromm. I think in 2019.
Yeah, that was the 5th.
Yeah, 5th round in 2019, though, right? So or whatever year that was, but they didn't do it the exact year after they drafted Josh. I think it was 2 years, right?
Yeah, I think 2. I think it was his 3rd year.
Right. So boom. So Bills did something a little bit to that, but not really. But it was never I don't know. I just feel like management.
It was never no threat.
And I feel like management set Mac Jones up. Like
this is a developmental quarterback who probably gonna be on the practice squad. Maybe one day he can be our backup. They done tried listen, literally the best coach, more than likely of all time, just tried to hand the keys to the car to Bailey Zappe. And this shit blew up in his face.
Zappe hour.
The press conference with Belichick after the game, I'm like, you look stupid right now. So you trying to lead us to believe that you plan on running a 2-quarterback system this game?
Like you in college football?
Right. You play for Florida State?
Right. And you've been in the NFL now for 30 years.
30 and it never ran no 2 QB system. Granted, you have Brady. But Come
it's
on,
like,
man. I'm sitting there like, yo, you want us to believe this? Yo, you try to play this ace in a hole that you really thought you had something. Now you looking stupid.
right.
Because if you would have played him there and they would have won, you'd have looked like a genius.
Right. And that's what he was going for. And that'd be the funny part is that Belichick know most of the times he's gonna get the benefit of the doubt because of all the things he's done. But I don't think he thought it was gonna blow up in his face like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got Boston media all over him. You got obviously the TV analysts like, oh, what's going on? And meanwhile, we just over there just like, that's cute. Anyway, we'll see y'all November and December.
Man, I wish we
I
played.
mean, well, December, right? We playing both in December?
I think one maybe late November, but they're both pretty late in the season.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, y'all figure that out. We'll see y'all when we see y'all. That's cute. Like, we got bigger shit to deal with because we gonna end up zipping y'all boys. Like, y'all thought we did y'all bad in the playoffs. All right,
listen.
Bring that ass here again with fucking
bring Mac, bring Zappy. It don't matter who you show
Zappy,
with.
Mac, Zaddy, whatever you want to do. We'll hold them boys to 0 and had them pulling out their third string quarterback.
Listen,
you know what
I mean? I'm praying the guy that Belichick retired this year and his last game is getting demolished against the Bills again. That'll be the most beautiful way to see his ass go out. That's all I'm gonna say.
But anyway, we gonna I think you touched on exactly probably my best surprise voice. I will add this though before we get into this Green Bay game because definitely want to get to that. I can't say it's surprising, but to see that Philly is the last team standing at undefeated definitely is something to be raising your eyebrows about. I thought they would be good this year, but I don't think anybody knew.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw 6-0 or 7-0.
Right.
So no, they had a bye week. 6-0.
They had a bye week. So we're gonna find out though. In the next 9-10 weeks, I think we'll really. I wouldn't even go that far. In the next 4 to 5 weeks, we'll really find out what.
Right now, they the class to NFC, and it's not even close.
They are, and of course we know since we last recorded, Niners made, their trade to get McCaffrey. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how that really works out. I know McCaffrey got kind of thrown in there against Kansas City, but I still think with Jimmy G.
Oh man, listen, McCaffrey about to eat in that offense.
He is.
Even the few times he touched the ball, 8 yards, 10 yards, 12 yards, 7 yards.
But I still say with Jimmy G.
I know.
Especially if he playing Dallas or fit, like that's gonna be his toughest two teams to play this year when they get to the playoffs. Because I feel like San Francisco will get to the playoffs. Dallas and Philly, because those two teams and those defenses.
Yeah, if Dallas can figure out anything on offense,
right,
they're gonna be a problem.
I think
they're gonna be a problem.
I think Dak can knock the cobwebs off.
They're gonna need to but that pass rush is disgusting.
What that Dallas got?
Yeah, man.
It's stupid. Yeah, they got us. They got us in that department. But I will say, when Ed Oliver get healthy, we won't be that far behind from Dallas. But right now, Dallas got the best pass rush in football. I think Niners, Bills, we're right there. But like I said, all I'm really waiting for is a healthy Ed Oliver, and I don't want to talk to nobody.
Right.
You give me a healthy Ed Oliver and a healthy Jordan Phillips with Von Miller and Greg Rousseau. The rest is history.
Yep.
You could debate your mom. You could debate anybody with Shaq playing at a great level right now, and you got Epinesa still.
Yeah, Shaq is probably their
Shaq is their third best right now.
Yeah, 100%.
It is what it is. Like he could low-key start if he wanted to, but I still like Greg.
Oh yeah, no, we don't need him starting, but he's playing his role perfectly.
Right. Right, and that's the best way to put it. Shaq is doing exactly what he needs to do as your third defensive end, and I love it because he's bringing that energy. We know he can stop the run, and he's proven, like he did a few years ago, that he can get after the quarterback too.
He's consistent, man. You know what you're gonna get. Hard-nosed, energy player. He may not come with the sacks number, but you're gonna get them pressures.
You're gonna get them pressures
in the big moments. He can make a play.
You can make a play.
And I think people forget, like, you forget how much of an animal Shaq Lawson was at Clemson.
Man, listen, he was a beast. That's why I was
glad. This is a first round pick. This is first round talent. Like,
top 25, right?
Ain't no slouch.
and he only slid to us in that first round because he had like a shoulder injury or some shit. I remember that. He had like some type of minor injury, and it was like,
yeah, but he ended up getting the surgery and had to miss like the first like 6 weeks.
yep.
Yeah. So I mean,
that was only because he was supposed to be like a top 12, top 15 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is what it is, man. We got some dogs, but you already know what time it is, man. You know, final 25, final 20 minutes of this show. We got to get into our next matchup. So it's Green Bay week, man. It's not as exciting.
Yeah, man. I thought this was about to be one of the
Nah,
games
man.
of the season, man.
Yeah, you know, Aaron Rodgers versus Josh Allen. But regardless, though, we know we can't take them lightly. So what's one or two things that you're gonna be looking at the most going into this game?
It's another game where these linebackers and these safeties gonna have to play a great game on these running backs. Aaron Jones is probably their best receiver,
Right.
and he's dominant. So keeping eyes on him, making sure he doesn't beat you. I think
Definitely
that's
a
gonna
lot
be
on Edmonds game.
I think that's gonna be a big key of this game because again. I'm not going to shit on their weapons and say the receivers are trash. They're mostly unproven, but talented. So it's not like they can't make a play. They just haven't made the plays with the opportunities given. But again, you still got Aaron Rodgers, who can make every throw, who can throw receivers open. So again, the threat is always there. But right now, it feels like a lion with no teeth.
Yep.
And I feel like there's a disconnect between Rodgers and Matt LaFleur or something is off. He's talking about he want to simplify things. Matt LaFleur like, man, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. Like, and then they came up. I mean, they lost to the Giants in a row. They lost to the Jets. They just lost. Who else did they lose to? They just lost to Washington.
Right.
So that's Daniel Jones. That's Zach Wilson. That's Tyler Heineke.
And now you about to face Josh Allen?
On Sunday night, on the road.
And they said right now, since 1970, I saw the stat earlier, Josh got the highest QB rating on primetime TV at like 109 point something.
And Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay as a whole have never been this big underdogs.
10.5.
And after watching Green Bay the last couple of weeks, it might need to be higher.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared of the line because I do feel like the line is like borderline iffy because I feel like it'll be weird, and I'll we'll get into our score predictions later, but the line does scare me a little bit. But I will say if we can like punch them in the mouth early, like I'm talking like first quarter 14-0, 17-0.
Bro, if they get up 2 scores early
in the first quarter, it's
over. Yeah, over.
You might as well have a seat. I don't even sit down much at games. I'll sit down.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah,
because again, listen, the way Green Bay has talent on defense, but you got Granite and why is his name drawing a blank? McLaurin, who I think is probably top 15 receiver in the league.
Okay,
was torching Alexander, was torching 8 corners. Like they just getting beat left and right.
And now you got Diggs and Davis coming to town. I really feel like Davis going to eat because I feel like Alexander going to try his best with Diggs, but we know what Diggs is going to do in prime time. Like that's one of the things I always look forward to on prime time. So is that Josh and Diggs always seem to be on the same page as far as, we got ball out, right? The lights. So I'm looking for both Diggs and Davis to have big games. I know Alexander probably don't want to hear that, but they're going to attack him.
They're attack everybody. Yeah. Everybody about to get this work.
Everybody gonna get the work, but Alexander better be ready and I really feel like he's a good corner. I feel like he's a top 10 corner.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just that sometimes you run into elite route runners and we seen that against Trey sometimes. Sometimes Trey White done been against elite wide receivers where.
Listen, I honestly feel more often than not a great receiver is going to beat a great corner more than a great corner is going to stop a great receiver.
Right. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
It's too much. I mean, you're running backwards. Like I don't even like Gardner Johnson, but I saw a video of him explaining why DBs are like the most difficult position to play from an athletic standpoint. We know quarterbacks is probably the hardest position to play, but he just imagine everything you're doing is you going backwards.
It's all reaction.
It's all reaction. He's like, you're going backwards to move forward. You're doing this shit. And he was like, it's the only position, where you are having to really challenge yourself to move as fast as you can backwards, and then, move in any direction at any given point in time. Like it's I will say, corners on an island, they got it extremely tough, especially in 2022 when you can't touch nobody, can't grab nobody, you can't do this, you can't do that. So shout out to the elite corners in this game because they got it rough. They just got it rough.
100%.
So that's why, once again, that's why they get paid a lot too, is because if you got one, or if you got two,
gotta hold on to them.
You got to, and that's why I'm loving. And I'm gonna let you finish off, but that's why I'm loving what I'm seeing from Elam, because I'm just like, if he continues to sharpen those skills, we got potentially 2 elite corners for the next 5-6 years, and that's lovely, especially in a passing league. Man, with Tyrann,
yeah,
and not even to mention Benford, and like, man,
still there.
Man, listen. But anyway, go ahead, man.
Yeah, so that's kind of where my focus is from an offensive standpoint or defensive standpoint is make sure you keep Aaron Jones in check. But again, I just want to continue to see this offense evolve. Like, they've been putting up numbers, but I still don't feel like they put their A game out. Maybe Pittsburgh.
I was about to say Pittsburgh, they did it in 3 quarters.
Pittsburgh, yeah, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
But again, I want to see Dawson Knox get going. I want to see Lil Dirty have a bounce back game.
Definitely.
I want to see him because I think he still has a big role.
Bills fans will call Odell themselves if he don't have a big game.
Yeah, again, there's definitely a spot for him still, but he gotta do a better job of taking advantage of it. So, right. I just want to see this offense continue to evolve, continue to put more and more tape out. Because again, the more they can show, the harder it is going to be for teams to defend them.
Right.
But more importantly than all that stuff is all well and good. I need to see if my man Trey out here. Because if that game start, and I see that Trey is first of all activated to the 53, and then on the 48 game day, man,
listen, they're gonna have to. I hope ESPN, for your sake, because I know you'll be at home. I'm gonna be hurt. I hope ESPN at least shows him come out that tunnel, bro.
Yeah, because again, he's gonna be the last one called,
bruh.
And that stadium about to go fucking nuts.
Man, listen.
I already got the 27 jersey out for this week. I already got it pulled.
I got to get me a 27. That's another one I definitely got to cop, because I feel like he has his fans, but like I feel like
he's probably still my favorite Bills player. Current.
My top 3.
My laptop is dying. Hold it down for a second.
All right, I got you. All right, well, I'm gonna hold it down for Z while he go get his charger. But yeah, he brought up a good point, man. Tre'Davious White is coming back, y'all. I don't know if y'all heard Big 2-7. So if he gets back out there, y'all, with Elam, with Taron Johnson, with Jordan Poyer back there, and whether it's Damar Hamlin or Jaquan, that's really just going to be something to watch. The atmosphere, Sunday Night Football, you already know what happens. The bright lights is on. You get the best of the emotions from the great players. You're going to get Von Miller hyped up to go against Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? The best players always step up against other big time players. So I feel like that's going to be a movie. You got your charger hooked up now?
Oh yeah, we good. We back.
Right, good. But yeah, I was getting into just saying basically, like, we know we're going to get the best from the best players on the Bills going against the best. Like I said, best 4 times, but when you're going against Aaron Rodgers, you're going to get peak Von Miller. You know what I mean?
And you know what? I'm happy you brought that up, because even though Green Bay is, I would say slacking right now, damn well McDermott going to have his team ready to roll. Because again, they still know what Aaron Rodgers is. They still know what he can do.
Still a Hall of Fame quarterback
here. Yeah, they're not coming here expecting us to run over him.
Right. Still a Hall of Fame quarterback. Yeah. Still a Hall of Fame quarterback. But anyways, you mentioned Trey White, his presence, what that'll do, obviously coming onto the field, things like that, if that does happen. You mentioned the opportunities and seeing if McKenzie can bounce back. Is there anything else that you're going to have your eyes focused on for the remainder of that game. Because those are two good things. But was there anything else that you really gonna be zoned in on, or are you just gonna be like,
I think that's kind of where my main focus is at. I just want to see them get at it. I mean, I still want to see them get, James Cook more involved, but
yeah,
it's all good. There's time for that. As long as they figure that out by the time the playoffs roll around, I'm good.
yeah, I'm with you.
I don't need that to happen week 8. Just figure that out.
Yeah, as it goes, I think each week, my main
just a little more and more. That's it.
A little bit more, and just you want to see those flashes, because if you look around the league, I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing some good play from some of the young running backs. And
yeah, man,
sorry what happened with Breece Hall, man. He was running hard, running good. But you watching some of these backs, I know why.
Kenneth Walker.
You got the Walker kid, Kenneth Walker. You got the dude with the Texans.
Yeah,
it's a couple backs.
Yeah, I'm like Kenneth Walker looking like an animal.
But let me tell you something though. I got my own opinion about running backs coming out of college though, and this is why me as a GM, I would probably draft differently, especially playing in Buffalo. Like the Alvin Kamara type of running backs is cool, and I think James Cook will definitely have a place in our offense when he gets 100% comfortable. But I think if we do move on from Motor this year, I definitely need me a Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker type of back. And I feel like that's what they probably were going to look for if the Jets didn't snag him. But I need that back in Buffalo, because when it's 40 degrees, when it's 25 degrees, I need a guy who can get in between the tackles, but who can also take off and break it for 60, 70 yards. And I'm not saying Cook can't, but when you look at Walker run, when you look at Breece Hall run, and some of these other cats, it's like you almost scared to get in front of them.
They're definitely different styles.
Because you don't know if they're going to juke you or run you over. And I feel like that's going to be the next step for Buffalo if they move on from Motor, is to get a back similar to that, where it's like, here come our 6 foot, 220-pound running back. Good luck. But I do like what I'm seeing from the other young running backs, and I do hope that Cook week by week can just show us. I don't even care, like I said, if it's just in the receiving game. Just show me something where I can be like, cool, we can use that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Cool, we can use that, in December when Singletary need a blow and we know you can get us 5 yards. Because that's really all it's going to come down to.
Yeah, because the thing is, right now, we one injury away to Singletary to being
right.
And no man's land. Yeah, trying to scramble to find a trade. Because again, it's down to Cook and Moss, which
right.
Which is not an ideal scenario.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but that's why I'm hoping that they continue to build Cook confidence, and that we continue to see, hey, every week just some continued growth. And obviously the offensive line got to do what they got to do. They still got to run block a little bit better. Like they did pretty good.
Yeah, there's still some room for improvement.
For sure. And they did pretty good against Kansas City. I will give them credit. Motor did have some holes, so that's always good to see.
Yeah, they only gave up 1 sack, which wasn't even a sack.
Right. Oh yeah, Chris Jones trip.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
Plain as day. Even he knew. He was like, he looked back like, oh shit, they didn't call it.
He know, but he like, oh, they owe me from the previous week, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so
before you transition off of that,
yeah,
what running back I wish we could have on this team right now that used to play for the Bills, which I think would be a great fit. Man, that boy Carlos Williams. I wish he could be in the offense right now.
Yeah,
with the size speed combination that he had.
Yeah,
man, listen, his rookie year, I said, we got some with him, and
he was averaging
back there running.
Bro, he was averaging like 7 yards a pop. I think it was Shady. I think it was Shady and Gillislee.
Yep, that's it. And I'm like, yo, man, Carlos was coming out the gate, breaking 40, 50 yards.
But like you said, that was one of those backs. Well, I kind of mentioned it, that when he get it,
it's
business.
Don't get in front of him.
Yeah, it is straight business. And he hitting that hole 50 miles per hour. So like, it goes back to what I said. Hey, love Singletary. Shout out to what you've done the last 4 years. But if they do move on, I need that kind of back. I need that kind of back where you're going to have to make business decisions. And if he get in the open field, he can take it all the way to the house. That's why I
think that's what they thought they were getting in Moss, not to take it to the house, but
right. The bruiser.
Let me get this ball in my hand.
Right. They thought they was getting a little mini beast mode. Right. They thought they was getting a little mini beast mode, and unfortunately, he ended up being one of those running backs who he really needs them holes open to make that to make things happen. Like there's some running backs where hole or not, they're gonna find room
Right.
to
Yeah.
get yards.
Got
Moss,
elite vision.
right? Moss, unfortunately, just isn't one of those guys that's just gonna find it. Like it gotta be there for him. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. You win some picks, you lose some. It is what it is.
Mhm.
But I'll say for me personally, what I'm really looking forward to is just collectively them just building off of the win against Kansas City. Like I don't have a specific player. Like I could sit here and be like, oh, I want Kyer Elam to get 3 picks in a row. Yeah, of course that'd be great. Because then at that point, yeah, start him for the rest of the year. Don't let that man lead the field. Like I ain't gonna hold you. If he get a pick in this game, that'd be 3 straight. Dog.
He gonna make it hard to come off the field.
I don't want to see him off the field if that happens. Now, if it don't, whatever, alternate him with Benford or whoever else. I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Continue to let him get his feet wet. But if he continue to make plays, because remember the first 2 or 3 weeks, we like, he ain't made that like first round pick type play yet. He was being steady. He wasn't allowing no touchdowns, which I still think he hasn't yet. No, he did. Hardman. Hardman caught or was it Hardman or the one dude caught that quick pass? Like Patrick Mahomes, I don't know how he got it into him. Elam had perfect coverage. It was in the Kansas City game, and he threw it to dude. He was threw it to the middle of the field. It was like a 7-yard pass, and Elam was right there.
Yeah, I remember. It was perfect coverage, and he got the ball in, and I said, "Oh, that's a hell of a catch."
That's what I'm saying. Like it was perfect coverage, so I'm not even mad at that. But
you tap your hat there,
right? You tap your hat. It is what it is. Like we said, 2 great quarterbacks. But if Elam can come away with 3 straight though, ooh, that's tough. And I love that. I love that. I love
the thing
that.
is, because Trey they're not gonna just throw him out there and put him in on 100% of the snaps.
Right.
So he's gonna be on the rotation with everybody else. But once he's healthy, he's not coming off the field.
Right.
So,
we know that.
What they gonna do with that other side? They're gonna let Dane and them rotate. Dane is gonna hold it down until they feel Elam's ready or what. But
I don't know. But I know right now it looks like the young dudes is, and like I said, you can't take nothing away from Dane. But them young dudes, especially Elam, is looking like he's really getting that confidence. And that was the biggest thing I was looking for. Like, especially coming out of the Pittsburgh game, like I felt like, obviously they picked on him a little bit. So I felt like, okay, how he gonna respond? But
that shit personally.
But that's how you respond. You go and get you one on
because he made a hell of a play on that interception.
Yeah, he grabbed it with one hand and was able to like hold on to it. Because that'd be the thing sometimes with young backs too, is that the transition from college to the NFL is you got to get both feet down, you got to control the ball,
you gotta actually catch it. Unlike fucking who am I thinking of? Unlike fucking Pittsburgh cornerbacks, all them damn interceptions they dropped on 2 the other day.
Bruh, 4.
I said them joints in their hand.
I said again. 30 minutes later, again. 30 minutes later, again.
Another one.
So that's why I'm like, y'all can't tell me nothing about Tua. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's first game back, second game back. The man was handing the ball to them players, and they just was dropping them. So if y'all want to be cool with that 6-point win at home against Pittsburgh, when us at home beat them by 30 plus.
And it could have been like 50 plus.
Right. That's cute. That's all I can say. That's cute. We'll see y'all in December. That's still all I can say.
Yo, I can't wait to play Miami.
Man, we'll see y'all in December. We'll see y'all in December. Yo, that's definitely one of those games I definitely got circled. Like, I know we got some big games before then. Can't overlook the Jets. Minnesota's a great team.
Yeah, fuck all that. Bring that ass here.
I'm just saying that atmosphere for that Miami game, yeah.
It's about to be some real on fuck Miami type shit.
I'm just saying, any Miami fan there, they just might as well just wear some different colors or something.
I don't even talk shit to fans. That day, don't let me drink no dark liquor that morning.
Gonna hide the shots from you?
I'm gonna be on shit.
Might have to hide the shots from Zito.
Might need to on that day, man. I'm on some full on fuck Miami.
Yeah, Miami
they shit that week.
Unfortunately, they asked for it. But now like I said though, as a whole though, for that Green Bay game, man, it's really just about everybody just like feeding off of like how they came out of that Kansas City win. Just continue to build off that performance, continue to just play sound, great defense, continue to play sound offense. I don't need I can't say I don't need. I do want to see the offense, obviously, if they can, 35 plus points like that. Like, don't get me wrong, Green Bay's defense is not like some layover defense, so I'm not
Yeah,
gonna.
it's not trash. There's
Yeah,
talent.
yeah, I'm
There's
not
talent.
gonna sit here and make it seem like, oh, we should be able to just wake up and drop 35, but like,
Right. We should.
you know, yeah, we should, yeah,
Get damn near anybody. We probably should.
right,
30
right,
plus.
right. Type shit. We'll see what happens, but as I always say, when we get close to an hour, I always like to get to our score predictions, and then we'll get to our bold predictions throughout the I'm about to say NBA. Shout out to the NBA being back though. I love watching both. But anyways, prediction for the game. What you got?
I got a Bills win. Just strictly based on how Buffalo's offense can seemingly score at will.
Right.
That can be with a big play. That can be going with a 15-yard or 15-play drive.
Right.
It hasn't seemed to matter. They can put up points regardless. And just looking at up to this point in the season, Green Bay inability to be consistent on offense and score in general. I just don't think this is the week that Green Bay all of a sudden figures it out.
Right.
Because it's just too much talent. So I think this might be another game where the Bills starters don't see the fourth quarter.
Okay.
So I'm going 42-12. I don't think Green Bay is going to touch the end zone. They're going to settle for 4 long field goals.
Okay.
I don't even see him scoring a touchdown, to be honest.
Okay. I like that. I like that prediction with the no touchdown. So I will hold you to that. I think the score is kind of crazy, but
it's wild.
But I can see it if, like we mentioned before, if they jump out early and just rip the heart out, then yeah, it's gonna be out of control. So 42, you said 40, no, you said 40 what?
42-12.
42-12. Okay, so what's that? Do my math, 30-point win. Okay. I'm with you obviously on the Bills win. I feel like it's just that gap of talent right now. You look at both offenses. Defensively, if they really do get Tre'Davious back, that's going to give you all the energy that you need to really record a shutout if you want to. But I'm not going to go that far. I will say I am leaning towards 34-17.
Okay.
I think they will cover the spread, even though I think there will be moments early that might be closer than what people want. Because I really feel like it's really 50-50 for me. Like it's either going to be 10-10 in the middle of the second quarter, and we're just waiting for something to pop off, or in the second quarter it's going to be 24-0. Like it's no in between for me. Like I see it either tied going into the middle of the second quarter and we're waiting for that one play to happen, or it's just going to be complete chaos and it's going to be a party on Sunday Night Football. So hey, whatever way it goes, I'll be okay. Shit, even if we can get out of there and beat traffic, shit. Fourth quarter,
right.
Oh shit, game over, live.
Boys got to work in the morning.
Early, but on a late night game,
Mm-hmm.
shit, I can listen to it in the car. Shit.
Oh yeah, throw Hulu right on my phone. I'll be all right. Listen, it's been 2 times already this season. I've been watching Hulu on my way back to the parking lot.
Man, listen, I gotta work. So it's gonna be interesting though. Like I said, 34-17 for me. I think they'll probably lay off the gas pedal mid fourth quarter, possibly, and we'll see a lot of Cook, maybe Moss.
Man, I hope I see a lot of Cook in a blowout.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. We might see Cook in that fourth quarter, and like I said, the talent gap to me is just too much. And like I said, it's any given Sunday, so definitely can't come off cocky. Definitely don't want to come off like,
it's just the thing is though, when you have a top tier team, like I'll say Philly, Kansas City, Buffalo, I think those are obviously the 3 best teams in the league.
Right.
It's gonna take a team's best to beat them.
Right.
And with the team that's not clicking at all on any cylinders,
and the leader is calling out people.
Yeah, it's just I just don't think that's a recipe for them to come in and shock the world. Like can it happen? Obviously,
for sure.
It's just not doesn't have the makings of a big upset.
Right. So right now, what I'm doing as you speak, I'm pulling up the week 8. We're gonna go over our 2 upset picks and our 1 lock of the week.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. I got it. You got any any not any bets, but you got any anything you think in the game itself that you wanna any predictions for the game itself? Sorry, I couldn't even figure out the damn word
Oh,
prediction.
like as far as like stats for the Bills game?
Yeah, and you got anything for the game itself? I got two that I was thinking about.
What you was thinking about?
So I think Dawson Knox is gonna have at least 50 yards receiving and a touchdown.
Okay.
Been a quiet year so far, so I expect him to break out a little bit. So
Yeah,
I'm
going
thinking
a little
50 plus
spicy.
yards and a touchdown.
Okay.
And I'm also thinking at least 4 sacks as a Bills team tomorrow. Not tomorrow, but on Sunday.
Okay.
At least 4 sacks. So that's what I got for this week. And last week, mine did hit. I said at least 120 yards rushing as a team. We ended up at 126. So again, another prediction
Did you
dub
bet
under
on
my
that, or that
prediction.
was just a prediction?
No, that was my prediction from last
Oh,
week.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, no,
How
my
about?
parlay did hit last week though.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
my parlay came. I mean, I might have, you know, I ain't
I
gonna
feel
say
you.
exactly how much
Yeah, I
it
know. I
was,
feel you. I hear you.
but
I hear you.
we all right. It might have,
Wow. All right. Say less.
yeah, you know.
Don't throw no salt in my wounds. But
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. I've been trying to tell you not to do them 18 leg parlays, man.
hey, I've been doing better though. I've condensed my last few. Like I hit on a 5-1 yesterday in the NBA.
See, we can work with 5. We can work with 5.
I did a 5-1, but it wasn't for enough money because I did like 2 or 3. So like the 5-leg one I did was like chump change. So I'm just like, all right, I put that in my piggy bank. You know what I mean? Put that in the in the joint. But yeah, I'm taking a day at a time. I ain't no pressure. I love though basketball being on in between football though, because that give me
that'll get you through.
yeah, give me a little wiggle room. But nah, so I would say for me, probably a McKenzie touchdown. And I would say a McKenzie and Davis touchdown. And I want to say Josh Allen gets to 325 by mid third quarter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they'll spread the ball around, and I think they'll do just enough to like kind of keep them like exhausted, kind of like with the Steelers game. So I'm not gonna go 300 in the first half, but I will say maybe 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Josh at 325, and we're gearing up for him to kind of sit down and let Keenum handle the fourth quarter. So I'm gonna go definitely McKenzie, Gabe Davis touchdown. Though I think I would love to add in Diggs in there because I feel like his former rival opponent, his primetime TV. It's almost a given that he gonna get some type of throw in the end zone, but
Diggs is putting up numbers at an all-time pace for this franchise. Like he's making it look so effortless too, man.
Right. No struggle. Dang. Yeah, my man is damn near at 50 catches, damn near, and in 6 games. Which 50 catches used to be what our number one would get after 12 games. So it's like, damn, dog. Like what you
yeah, he's at 49 catches, 656 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Bro, it's week 8.
Yeah. That was Zay Jones' number
for 2 seasons.
Right. Damn near, right.
That's 2 seasons worth of numbers for Zay.
Yeah, that's tough. That's why I digs that boy. 6 games. 11 more to go. That's crazy. 11 more games to go. Yeah, sorry, Andre. He about to break all your
Reed's record. It's a wrap, bro. Yeah,
it's a wrap for him and
Kelly joint's gone. Reed's joint's gone.
Yeah, shit.
By the time this era of Bills football done, the only thing gonna be left is fucking Bruce Smith.
Right, and he better hope Vaughn don't fucking turn into a Super Saiyan.
Right, and play for another 12 years.
Right,
lose that record too.
But I know we eclipsed the hour, so I'm gonna go to the week 7 matchups, and I'm gonna try to keep it quick. I see a couple, but it kind of look ugly though. Like what? Wait, hold on. Nah, I'm looking at the wrong shit. Hold on. And these weeks is flying by too quick for me. All right, so I'm gonna start this off. So I'm gonna say, ooh, that wouldn't be nice, but fuck it. I got Detroit over Miami. I got Detroit at home with the upset over Miami.
Okay, it's a 3-point spread right now. 3-point home dogs.
Know what I mean? You feel me? So I got
Okay.
Detroit over Miami, and I think I'm gonna do something a little different. I think I'm gonna go Houston over Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know what's surprising? Houston's only a 2-point underdog in that
because they
game.
know Houston's scrappy, and Houston gonna run that rock with that rookie. So
Yeah.
that's gonna really be a scratch and claw kind of game because Tannehill not about to blow you out. So
Right. That's the thing.
so that game is gonna probably be like 17 to like 19 or some shit. Like
Yeah. I mean, the over-under on that one is, I think it's 40 and a half. So they
exactly.
expect
Ugly
that game
ass
to
game.
be
Ugly. So yeah, I think those two to me make the most sense. So I wouldn't even call them bold, but I guess technically they would be upsets. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go Houston, Detroit, and then for my lock of the week, I'll try not to be a homer because I was just about to say the Bills. But
yeah, we can't use that.
yeah, I think for my lock of the week though, this might upset some Giants fans, but I think I'm gonna do Seahawks over Giants.
Oh, and Geno we trust.
And Geno we trust. I feel like he's just gonna come with you a New York team? I know you ain't the Jets, but y'all New York?
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Again, no matter what, Seattle's always going to be a tough place to play.
Right.
Seattle 3-point favorites at home. I mean, again, Giants aren't amazing.
Right.
Kenneth Walker been running that ball like a madman this last week and a half since he been back and starting.
Right.
Your boy DK Metcalf out though, more than likely.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett time.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett season. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. So my lock of the week, I'll start there. My lock of the week is gonna be going Baltimore over Tampa. I think Tampa's slide continues.
Yep.
I feel like it's just too much going on over there. Baltimore, I think, has a better team overall.
Right.
Lamar Jackson is that guy. So again, I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think Baltimore is gonna take care of business on the road against old homie. Upsets of the week. I have locks of the week and one upset for this week. My other lock of the week is Minnesota over Arizona.
Okay.
I still just don't trust Kyler Murray in any type of big game situation. Minnesota's one of the better teams in the NFC. Right. Granted, it's not a really top-heavy conference right now, but I think Minnesota's a solid team. I don't trust Arizona at all, so I'm going Minnesota, Arizona. My upset of the week, I'm actually struggling to find one for here. Yeah. Ain't none of these really upsets though.
Pedestrian.
Yeah, a little bit. You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb. Cause I think they figured out how to use them a little bit more than they have in the past. The big underdogs right now, but Justin Fields over Dallas.
I was thinking about that one, but I ain't want Dak to get too much hate, so I kind of stayed away from it. But I can see that. I can see Chicago going with a little bit of momentum. You know, they just beat up New England. Mm-hmm. So is that game in Dallas?
In Dallas. 10-point favorites. So it's a big time underdog.
I might bet that though, because that'd be some money right there.
This is a game where Dallas can win by 50. Or if they can't figure out how to or if they can't figure out how to stop Justin Fields running, they can easily lose this game.
But I will say the tough part is going to be Fields against that defense.
Oh yeah, that's going to be the big time part.
Micah Parsons versus Justin Fields.
Listen, Justin Fields takes as many sacks as anybody. Micah Parsons can easily have 6 sacks this game himself.
Because Fields be just doing some dumb shit.
He be doing something like, yo, how did you not see? Why would you?
He got a little bit of JP Losman in him.
Yeah, but that boy can run the ball, man. He's one of the purest runners with the ball in his hand.
He can, but the decision making is what be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little mind-boggling. But again, Dallas offense hasn't been clicking. Granted, Dak's only been back 1 week, but their offense still it hasn't looked good all season.
Right.
They can't figure out how to really get CeeDee Lamb going. They still giving Zeke the ball way too much when Tony Pollard is a better running back.
Facts.
Michael Gallup ain't been doing nothing since he been back. So
I don't know what's going on with that.
yeah, that man getting one catch. So
I was pissed off because I picked him up in fantasy because most of my guys had a
and
bye.
you played him. Ouch.
I'm like, dude,
That man
ended up
had
losing.
0 catches, I think.
Yeah, 0 catches. I'm looking at my lineup like, word. I say less. My guy's coming back. I got Justin
Better off
Jefferson
leaving
and
that
AJ Brown.
slot blank.
Listen, Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown coming back from their buys. I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
And I got Jalen Hurts too coming back from a bye. So
yeah,
I'm
say less.
Yeah,
I hear you.
Talk
your shit, Val. Okay.
Hey man, you know I gotta pop it. But anyways, listen, y'all know how I go. I don't like being too much over an hour.
Clips that today.
Man, listen. But Z, anything you want to tell them before we do sign out of this episode today?
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. This run is something that we've never seen in our lifetimes, at least. So let's enjoy it for what it is.
And we got close.
Yeah, whether we win every game or not, just enjoy the run, enjoy the players, enjoy this team. And if it's a blowout, enjoy every damn second of it, even if it's third string, and just enjoy it, because this is something that so many teams wish they had right now. We could be looking like, I don't know,
like 90%
insert team here. Yeah, any other team right now. We could be the Jets. We can be Jacksonville.
Listen, I look at
Carolina.
I look at it like this. 2 years ago, we were 13-3. Like, I ain't even comparing this team to last year's team, even though we played better towards the end. But 2 years ago, we were 13-3. And I feel like even at that time, we kind of took it for granted. Obviously, no fans were in the stands. It was a little different. But I do remember that buzz come playoff time. You know, we were going to the AFC Championship game. And, you know, we kept trying to remind people, like, yo, take this all in. And I feel like right now, while we're in week 7, week 8, we definitely got to remind people right now, like, don't wait till the playoffs. Like, take this in now. Like, wear your Bills gear now. Collect your Bills gear now. You know what I mean? Make your Christmas a Bills themed Christmas. I don't care, but enjoy this right now. You know, listen to your favorite podcast. Listen to 5 or 6 of them. Get different takes from different people. But enjoy this moment, man. Like, really, really celebrate it with your friends, strangers to a certain extent. Like Z said, man, like this stuff don't happen often. So we got to really soak it in. We got a 26-year-old star quarterback, like pure star quarterback, and a star-studded team. So let's enjoy it. Sunday Night Football at home. 55, 60, maybe a low of 50. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy.
Be a beautiful day.
Man, listen, nothing that's scaring me.
Right, nothing at all.
Man, but like I've said enough. So comment, like, share. We're gonna get this video up ASAP. We're gonna get
all that
ASAP.
We appreciate the feedback. If you just leave a comment, suggestions, any of that. Again, we're just looking to get better and better every week.
Yeah.
As we grow the brand and continue to do what we do, and just continue to show love and share and like and comment, retweet, quote, tweet, all that good stuff, because we really do appreciate it, and it helps and it does make a difference.
Right, and we just trying to enjoy this journey with y'all. Like, we're fans just like y'all, born and raised here in Buffalo, in the heart of Buffalo. So like, you know, we're trying to enjoy this like every other person. It's just that we happen to know a few more things. But so this is Val.
It's your boy 6Z over here, down bad, but we gonna get alive.
Better. A day at a time, one Kleenex at a time. But we're gonna get this. We're gonna get our health together. We got the water,
man,
vitamins.
Big water over here right now. Pedialyte all day, baby.
I respect it. Oh, there you go. But
there it is. I've been fighting it all episode, man. I've been holding this thing in.
It's good. We're gonna get you out of here. So y'all, we're gonna talk to y'all soon. Y'all enjoy this game. And shit, we catch y'all next time.
See y'all next week. Love y'all, man. Appreciate it.
So